Welcome back to the Easykart Championship from Whilton Mill. Easy Juniors up next. The battle between Sam Faulkner and Esmee Hawkey raging. We caught up with both of them.
It's good. It's always good racing. It's clean, fair. So enjoy the class. It's good with Jensen as well. It's good racing.
Tell us in general, what's the level of competitors like in general in the racing throughout the grid?
It's competitive all through the grid. It's like wherever you are, you've got someone to race against. So that's what I like about Easykart. Where there's always someone to race.
You're currently running second. You're not far off the lead. Sort of, what are your chances today in sort of maybe catching a bit further?
Well, hopefully I can win most of the races, and then yeah, it should be quite close then. So yeah, trying to close up the gap with championship points. So yeah, it's going well.
This battle for the championship is all anybody's talking about in the Easy Juniors. So let's look at the grid. The top two are in the top two positions on the grid. Hawkey and Faulkner, White and Murchison on row 2 from Elliot Webb and Brandon Bishop, with Bailey Acton, Charlie Digby, Grigolauskas and Collins on row 5 from Goodman, Alguieri and Jurga. We are ready for racing, and it's a clean getaway off the front of the grid, and Hawkey has not quite managed to get into the lead. Faulkner holds the first position for the moment. These two have been racing all season long, and the momentum is currently with the superstar charge Esmee Hawkey. A little bit of loading into Christmas corner there. The pressure is on already as these two battle for position. Give Esmee Hawkey a banana. She has definitely got no fear at all, and putting in an amazing job in this early start of the race. Third position, Jensen Murchison trying to close up into the lead, still trying to push on, defending nicely though. Sam Faulkner is on the defensive early on. Very, very close indeed in fourth position, trying to get close to them. I'm wondering, is that Grigolauskas in the 30 who's come up from 9th on the grid? It is, you know. Brilliant work in the early stages from Grigolauskas. 30 is in 4th position. So a brilliant start from him from 9th on the grid through several positions, and the warning flag already has gone up to the 84 of Brandon Bishop. Now look at this, defending already, Sam Faulkner. This is way too early in the race to be defending, but this just goes to show Esmee Hawkey has the psychological upper hand here. Faulkner is all over the shop trying to make sure that he doesn't lose this lead, and Esmee Hawkey is really putting him under pressure. Through to second place comes Murchison, and that is what Faulkner is losing in time. Look, the gap is now, the battle is now a 5-cart train. It was just 2 or 3, and Faulkner is defending early. Here comes Hawkey on the inside into the boot. Very nicely done, and into second position. So now the battle for 4th place kicking off. Grigolauskas has just lost the place. It looks to the 81 of Mitchell White. He looks to have come through in the 81. 4th position, I think. So we'll have a look and see how that battle continues on down to the Christmas curves. It is White in 4th position in front of Grigolauskas, but still it's the E plate, I should say. Faulkner who leads it, Hawkey right behind in second place, and you can see just how intense this battle is. Hawkey was the winner last time out, of course, and she is gaining massive ground in the championship fight. It's up to her really to see how this championship is going to play out. Down to the inside of the boots. Very nicely done on the inside. Faulkner holds it on the inside over the curbs and holds the lead. Murchison trying to come through. Hawkey round the outside, loses the place down to 3rd position. And here comes Mitchell White in the 81. Warning flag goes to Collins in the 82. But Hawkey hangs on to 3rd position, and Grigolauskas goes back into 4th place. No, he doesn't. He couldn't quite get the move done on the 81 of White. And again, Murchison trying to take on the E-plate of Sam Faulkner. But Faulkner is playing such a defensive game early on in this race. Clearly, he is worried. The cookie is crumbling here with Faulkner. Yellow flags down at Christmas, so somebody has gone off, but it's withdrawn quickly. So whoever it is that went off there has clearly got going again quickly. Just outside that top 5 battle. Nice jostling between Toby Goodman and it looks like the 57 of Seb Alguieri. Contact there in the boot as Hawkey desperately tries to defend from the 81. That was so close indeed as Grigolauskas tried to make a move on Mitchell White in the final turn. Couldn't quite get the move done. And the 57 of Alguieri still trying to close in on Toby Goodman, the 85. Up the inside, this is the move, finally getting done. Very good overtaking move there on Charlie Digby, but he can't quite defend from Grigolauskas on the exit. And so the battle for 5th position continues with Grigolauskas in front of the 77 of Charlie Digby. But the battle for the lead is still incredibly intense. Hawkey now down to 3rd position behind Murchison. And the warning flag goes to Mitchell White in the 81 in 4th place. Well, hopefully we can get a replay of what happened. Yes, here we go. Into the boot. Hawkey trying to go for Murchison, and here's White. Bang! Into the back of Hawkey. You saw her head go back, and he even puts his arm up. He acknowledges, okay, sorry, I hit you there, Esmee. Sorry about that. They're very hot on driving standards in this championship. They're trying, of course, to create professional racing drivers out of these cadets and juniors, and they go about it the right way. Murchison has a look at Faulkner. Oh, he's hit him! Oh dear, he tried to go on. Well, that was a really bizarre moment there, because he tried to go for the move, then backed out of it. Let's look at it again. He goes for the move, then almost backs out of it, and then decides, actually, well, no, I am going for it. And Faulkner just turns across. Hawkey says, thanks very much, I'll get the lead. And through goes Mitchell White as well. So Faulkner, that is a huge hammer blow to Faulkner's championship attack, as Esmee Hawkey takes the lead here. And no surprises there. Kart 7, that is Jensen Murchison, under investigation for making contact with the E-plate. And no surprises there at all. That was a very clumsy manoeuvre. He kind of went for the move, then backed out of it, and then went, okay, let's try it anyway. And, well, that didn't work well. But Esmee Hawkey won the last round, second in the championship from the Bullerswood School near Chislehurst in Kent, which is, of course, where she lives. And she's recently announced that she's going to be taking part in the Untitled Juniors to move out of this championship eventually. And the number 7, Murchison, getting himself back into the game, getting past Matas Grigolauskas. So good work there. But you can definitely see the credentials of these drivers. Seb Alghieri at the front of that little train going through. His first season in karting, 12 years of age. And he's already mixing it with the best in the business in this championship. So great to see him there. Charlie Digby, now where is he at the moment? I think he's still knocking in the top 6. Yes, he is. He's up to 3rd position as a result of all that contact. His first season of karting as well, and he's up in 3rd, but he's about to lose the place by the look of it. On the inside goes the E-plate Faulkner, past Digby, and into 3rd position again. Now it's all uphill from here for Faulkner. He defended very early in the race, and that's got a lot of drivers motivated to get past him, and maybe that was why Murchison felt, well, I need to get through, really. I can't really afford to be stuck behind you all day. I've got to go for the move. 6th position behind Murchison, Grigolauskas. They've pulled away from the rest of the field, these 6, and they are marching on. But Esmee Hawkey and Mitchell White in the 6 and 81, they are out in front of the rest of this pack and pulling away. In fact, Esmee Hawkey's got a bit of an advantage on White, as Goodman is the next man to get a warning flag. So I don't know whether he's transgressed, made contact. He's in this gaggle of karts. I think he's the 3rd one in line. 2nd one in line, my apologies. So Goodman gets the black and white flag. And here comes Murchison, the number 7, trying to get back to business again. In 5th position, stuck behind Digby. He was the Easy Cadet champion in 2012, 2 seasons ago. Now he's riding high in the juniors. And it's looking very good indeed. Can he make his way past Digby for 4th position? He's dropped Grigolauskas like a lead brick, and now he's trying to make his move back into 4th position. And of course, once he gets into 4th position, if he can get past Digby, who will his next target be? Faulkner, once again. And that's going to be an interesting one. On that subject, not seen a warning flag yet for the number 7, Jensen Murchison. They're obviously still discussing it. It is a big incident, of course, because that's the championship leader he ran into there. If that was the last round of the championship and it was a battle between Hawkey and Faulkner on track and there was a collision, that would have been a very big incident indeed. So it's going to be up to the stewards, really. Is a black and white flag sufficient, or is it going to be something worse than that? They can dish out pretty much anything they feel is justified. But Sam Faulkner in the E-plate, coming back. E-plate champion and the series leader at this point, but it's this girl, Esmee Hawkey, who leads the race and therefore is going to take some serious points out of Sam Faulkner's advantage in the championship standings. Still no sign from the stewards as to what they're going to do about Jensen Murchison in the 7, chasing down Digby for 4th position. Look at the gap that Hawkey has built to Mitchell White. It's clear she is the fastest driver out there. Murchison again, he almost did exactly the same thing to Faulkner. To Digby this time. That was very close. He just backed out of it. So perhaps over-eagerness getting the better of Jensen Murchison today. He'll learn a lot of lessons from this race. But unfortunately, he's still stuck down in 5th position, and he's watching Faulkner drive away from him up in the distance. So he's got to find a way past Digby, and this time he's got to make sure it's clean. There is the E-plate, Faulkner. Third position will not be bad. Ah, there it is. The warning flag then is going to Jensen Murchison. So he will see that when he comes around this time. He's got through. He's got past Digby, but there is the black and white flag. The number 7, Murchison, receives a black and white flag. So that's interesting. They've obviously decided that a warning is sufficient enough. So that's fine. So through comes the next gaggle of carts, led by Seb Alguieri, the 57. There is the number 7, Murchison, having got into 4th position. He's now chasing down the E-plate once more. So Sam Faulkner, the championship leader. He's obviously under pressure, hence why he's down in 3rd position. Not just because he got driven into by Murchison, but because he went defensive so early. Now he's got to go on the attack. Mitchell White is up the road, and he needs to get some points off him to stand a chance of basically damage limitation on Esmee Hawkey, who is going to get the victory. She's absolutely blitzed this weekend. And it's no surprise that she's going to be making her Untitled Juniors debut soon. 5 to go here. And we're going to see exactly what the championship leader, Faulkner, has got to say about finishing in 3rd position. Hopefully he'll say, no thanks, I want more than that. I want to win ideally, but if I can't get a win, 2nd place will do. Mitchell White is the man in 2nd place at the moment as they go through Ashby up towards Parker. And it's up to Faulkner now. He's got to put the pressure on. No longer is the defensive Faulkner necessary. It's time to go on the offensive now. Murchison 4th, Digby 5th. Grigolauskas is there in 6th position in the 30. And still, Faulkner is swarming all over the back of Mitchell White. Now the roles are reversed. He was under pressure from Hawkey earlier on. Now he's putting Mitchell White under pressure. 4 laps to go. Still very intense, this battle between these two. Esmee Hawkey has been steadily catching with somebody out of the race in the background with mechanical failure. Faulkner on the inside of Mitchell White. There's contact. The wheels rub. That was a very close call. Faulkner was wise to get out of that one. Let's look at it again. He lines him up nicely. Technical failure in the background. Couldn't quite see who that is, but into the corner comes Faulkner. They both turn in. They rub wheels. Look, smoke off the tyres. That was a very nasty moment, but Faulkner was wise. He backed out of it. They were both very, very lucky. Particularly Faulkner was lucky not to flip the cart over the back of Mitchell White there. They just got away with that one. So Murchison 4th, pulling away from Digby with Grigolauskas. There he is in the 30 in 6th position. 3 laps to go. Still a couple of battles around the circuit. Is Faulkner going to be able to overtake Mitchell White on the road? He's side by side with him already. He's going to beat him to the apex. Brilliant. That was more like it for Faulkner. He beat him through Fine Lady. He got that move very nicely lined up, and he overtook him on Manuel's Bank down the straight. Very nicely done. He beat him to the braking point and had the move done before they even turned in. Well, you can still race in individual meetings. In fact, the final round of the championship at Eloff Park is still open for applications. So if you're watching this thinking, I could have a go at this and I could be competitive, head to the website, easykart.co.uk. Admissions are still being accepted, so you might even get a chance to race with these guys yourself. 2 laps to go. Now, what is Faulkner going to do from here? Is he going to pull away and hide, chasing after Esmee Hawkey, or has Mitchell White got something in response? At the moment, it's the first one. Faulkner has already stretched about 2 or 3 kart lengths back to Mitchell White, so the battle is going to continue on then between Hawkey and Faulkner to the final round of the championship, but the upper hand is definitely with Esmee Hawkey, and by my calculations, there's only going to be a dozen or so points in it for the championship. The families watch on, desperate to see how this championship is going to play out, but it's Faulkner in 2nd place ahead of Mitchell White. Murchison 4th place now, but this is the one to watch. Esmee Hawkey. I strongly tip this girl for greatness in the world of motor racing in an era where we're starting to talk about drivers like Susie Wolff and Simona de Silvestro heading for Formula 1. This is a very good driver in the making. Look at that lap time, 46.410. The potential of Esmee Hawkey to excel on the world stage is just endless. Look at the amazing work that Danica Patrick and Pippa Mann have done in the United States of America. Once she gets into cars, this is a name that a lot of people are going to be resonating with. Esmee Hawkey, very talented racing driver, quick-witted, very calm, very composed, and a sponsor's dream, it has to be said. This is a driver we need to keep an eye out for in the 2014 season and beyond, because we have got a star in the making. Round the final turn, the fastest female I have seen in karts for a long, long time. Esmee Hawkey wins it in fine style. We have got a championship showdown next time out at Eloff Park. Faulkner comes home in 2nd, Mitchell White 3rd, Jensen Murchison over the line in 4th position. Digby beats Grigolauskas to the finish line Webb, Collins, Bishop and Algieri round out the top 10, but it's going to be nail-biting stuff in the season finale. Who'll be the champion?
Quite a challenge, to be honest. You know, had a really good start, and then I got Matas past me, and then towards the end sort of struggled, but I'm delighted with my position. I did my personal best, so I'm happy with that.
Got the jump off the start, and then about 3 laps in we had an incident with Jensen, which I think was a racing incident. He put me back to about 5th, and then managed to claw my way back to 2nd from there, so good points in the championship. So
The fastest lap, but winning the race as well. Just talk us through the beginning of the race and then towards the end.
Well, I didn't have the greatest of starts, but that it came to my favour near the end when Sam and Jensen unfortunately collided. But yeah, it was really, from then on, it was really, really good. Really happy with the kart, so yeah.
This girl gets better and better every time she gets in the kart. And what about this for a championship showdown? Just 13 points between Sam Faulkner and Esmee Hawkey. It's going to be epic at the final. Jensen Murchison is still there in 3rd position in the standings, with Mitchell White, Brandon Bishop and Jonathan Collins all batting at their heels, with a great showdown in prospect next time out. Some great racing then from Whilton Mill, and you might even have a chance of getting on the grid next time out at Ella Park for the final, and maybe 2015 as well. Head to the website for more details, and maybe we'll see you on the grid.